Hey guys, what's up? It's Eddie from TappedOutPlayers here, and this is episode 3 of my new series where I talk about buildings and of Tapped Out and what episodes they were in. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about Sir Putt-A-Lots. Now, Sir Putt-A-Lots was in 4 episodes so far, and the first episode was basically revolving around Sir Putt-A-Lots. So yeah, I'm going to tell you about it. So the first episode was the 6th episode. It was season 2, episode 6. And what basically happened was, Ned invited Homer over to have a beer, and Homer got mad because because Ned's family is better than theirs. So Homer decides to take his family to Sir Putt-A-Lots, basically. And let's look at the photos. So here it is, Sir Putt-A-Lots. He decides to take them there. So this is in episode 1, and basically what it is he takes them there, and Ned and his family are there, and they basically Homer makes a bet with Ned, saying that because he thinks that Rod and Bart are going against each other. Basically, there's a big golfing tournament, and Bart and Todd are going against each other. So whoever loses has to the parent of the loser has to mow the lawn in his wife's Sunday dress. So yeah, and Lisa basically just helps Bart win, as you guys can see right here. Sorry about the words, I don't even know what that is. But yeah, when I was watching the video, as you guys can see, Homer's yelling at Bart and everything, telling him what to do. And this is the golfing tournament I was talking about. The old first annual miniature golf tournament today. So as you guys can see. And yeah, that's for that episode. So basically, it came down to like one shot to see who won against Todd and Bart, and they just both decided to quit because there was a lot of pressure on them. So they just both quit, and Homer and Ned both had to mow the lawn in their wife's Sunday dress. So yeah, that's the first episode with Sir Putt-A-Lots. Now let's go to the second episode that Sir Putt-A-Lots was in. Now the second episode it was in was I Married Marge. That's what it's called. And this was season 3, episode 12. As you can see, Homer had it was basically in the 80s. And what happened in this episode is Marge thought she was pregnant, so she went to a doctor's appointment. She went to the doctor's, and this is basically Homer telling the story of how they had Bart or whatever. So how they got married and they had Bart. So yeah, as you guys can see, Homer worked at Sir Putt-A-Lots. And so here are just Marge's sisters. This is when they were younger in the 80s. So yeah, and they're like telling her not to marry him or whatever. And yeah, so they go out on a date, and they basically make love in this building right here, this castle. I don't think it's in Tapped Out. Yeah, but they make love in that building, I guess I should say. And you guys can see there's a guy putting right there. And yeah, so make sure this is gonna be coming up, but in the next episode, after this, it's gonna be weird because they reflect back to basically when they made love in this, and it's like a different building. But I'll show you that later. So yeah, they made love in there or whatever, and then they go to the doctor's, and I think that's Dr. Hibbert, I don't know, and they just tell that she thinks she's pregnant or whatever, and yeah, so, oh yeah, I got a notification so as you guys can see, Homer's telling the story, and this is where they're gonna get married, and this is where he's thinking of names to choose, and he says Bart, because there's no words that rhyme with Bart that are mean or whatever, because he says if you name Bluey they'll call him Screwy or something like that. So they decided to name him Bart, and they're picking the ring out, and this is where they get married. They get married at like a crap place or whatever, I guess you can say. they just got married here. You guys see the ones there, they just got married there. And Shotgun Pete's 24-hour wedding chapel, see? And then that's when Bart is in there. And, yeah, he mooned them, too, also. So there's Bart when he was born. And, yeah. Now that's it for that episode. Now the next one is, so they basically, let me go back. Okay, so this is the next episode. I watched all these episodes on my iPad. Like, I just found websites where they're showing the episodes. So you guys can probably find them. I'm not going to leave the link, but yeah. So this next episode, what they're in right now, is called Natural Born Kissers. So yeah, it's the season 9, episode 25. So yeah, and basically they're having an anniversary, and yeah, it's basically their wedding anniversary, and so Grandpa doesn't arrive at the Simpsons' house to babysit, and so they take Bart, Lisa, and Maggie to a fancy restaurant, and let's see what else. Sorry, I'm forgetting this episode. So basically, right in here, as you guys can see, their grandpa's watching the kids, and they went back to the place where, they had Bart or whatever, like where they made Bart, I guess you can say. But if you notice, they are not the same places. A lot of people might not notice this, but see, as you guys can see, they're running to the place where they say that's where they say that he knocked her up there. But if you can see, this is where it was in the episode, right here, in that red building. But oh, I messed up. But over here, if you look, they actually bring it here. So they're two different places, because they're saying that's where Homer knocked him up. And then this is where they're all, the Flanders are there, and they, what is it? They, their ball gets caught in a thing, so they put their hand in there. And, sorry about these pictures, you guys. So he puts his hand in there, and everybody starts putting their hand in there. Just to see. I remember this episode from a long time ago. Sir Putt-a-Lots, as you guys can see, everybody's poking him, and then they run away. They get out and run away. And, yeah, then they get on out on a hot air balloon, and that's basically it of that episode. And that episode was called Natural Born Kissers. So that's what. And then the last episode is Lisa, the Drama Queen. Now this episode, it didn't really evolve around Sir Putt-a-Lots. It was just Sir Putt-a-Lots was there for like 1 second, and this was the only second Sir Putt-a-Lots was there. As you guys can obviously tell, Sir Putt-a-Lots was way bigger in the show than what it is here, as you guys can see. But yeah. So it was just basically the episode is what's her name? Lisa meets a friend, and they make their own book series called Aquili. They have their own what is it? They have their own world. They made their own imaginary world, and they got caught up in it, and so they just end up not being best friends anymore. So you're probably wondering why it ended up at Sir Putt-a-Lots, because Lisa ran away. So they were thinking, and Bart said, well, she probably went to a castle place in the castle, so they went over here, but she wasn't there. So yeah, that was basically it. Those were the 4 times that Sir Putt-a-Lots was in a episode. And if you guys don't notice, it says Sir Putt-a-Lot, but in the game it's Sir Putt-a-Lots. So I don't know, what's up with that. But as you can see, there are very different Sir Putt-a-Lot, Mario Fun Center, and Sir Putt-a-Lot. That was the last time we saw Sir Putt-a-Lot in Simpsons episode. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe. And sorry I made this video long. I just like these videos because, yeah, I'm doing a lot of research on this videos. And, yeah, rate, comment, subscribe.